packed out, and I think it's possibly one of the busiest ones that I've been to. So thank you again for coming along. For me and my business, this is a real pleasure to be able to sponsor an event like this. I see this as a real opportunity to network, to meet people at various stages through business. But I know there's also a huge amount of either startup companies here, or those people that are thinking about starting a journey in robotics. So to really be able to sponsor and support the team at STIQrobotics to actually create and manage these events is a great opportunity. So I'm going to walk you through just a quick slide deck. I'm conscious that I've got only a short amount of time, which for me is a big challenge. But I want to give you a little bit of history and a little bit of background about my business, about how we've evolved over the last few years, and just give you a little bit of insight as some of the things that we're doing at the minute. So I'm not going to read Max lyric on these slides, but that's our headquarters in the most beautiful place of Norway, the most unassuming place you'd ever have a headquarters. It's actually a village of about 600 people. We started there back in mid-90s, 1996. We had a problem. We ran out of room in our own warehouse, and we didn't have either the money or the space to build more, so we had to come up with a solution. Somebody had a brainwave and thought, actually, why don't I get rid of all the wasted space in the warehouse and recreate a Rubik's Cube? And AutoStore was born. So the next challenge was, great, we've got all this inventory in a really dense cube, how do we get it? How do we get access to that inventory? The answer was using robots. So that's where our story started from. We live by 3 values in our business. Everybody is part of the AutoStore family, and that's roughly about 1,200 employees today. We all live by being lean, transparent and bold. And that's it. Anybody who's talking in our org will say exactly the same thing. And one thing I would say to anybody in the audience today, no matter what stage of your business you're at, the most important asset you've got in your business is your people. Look after them, treat them well, treat them with respect, give them opportunities, and they will do more for your business than you could ever imagine. And our business and our growth is a real representation of that. There's a lot of data on here, but as we said, a couple of key milestones. Mid-90s we created the technology. 2017 we went through the first phase of private equity investment, of which we've been through various funding stages, seed stages through to IPO a couple of years ago, which was incredibly successful, and our growth journey has just been astronomical over the last few years. Ultimately though, what advantage has our technology got to business? Really, really high throughput is number one. We are the densest in the market. It's as simple as that. Of any automated storage and retrieval system in the warehouse space or the retail space, we are the densest. So we're the most space efficient. We're also the most reliable. And think about this, especially when you're thinking about your technology platforms, if you're building them yourselves. What does an end customer want? They want to know whenever you turn that switch on, whenever you start that technology, it's going to work. They don't want risk. The better you can de-risk your solution, the more applicable it is to your end customers, and trust me, the more you'll sell. We also have something else that's quite unique in our network, and that's our partners. So we don't sell directly to end customers. Everything we sell goes through those names that are up on our screen today. They take our technology and they create a solution. They create what our customers buy, and they add value, and that's the modularity of our solution. In terms of business areas, it's easier for me to say where don't we work than where do we work. But actually, that's a slide that I'm super proud of, and that's only a very, very small snapshot of some of those end customers that we're actually working with today. So we are now a really well-established business. If I look at our progress from 96, even from 2017, when we were still under 200 global installs, to be able to say today that we've got over 1,600 installs with 1,100 plus unique clients, and you've just seen some of those really big names there, operating in 57 countries. You know, our fleet, we've got over 70,000 robots in operation. We've got an enormous critical mass of information. And what we're starting to do now is actually pull more and more data from that field to continue that evolution. If we look at some of the impacts that we have, we've had some external consultants look at our business, look at our technology, and look at, most importantly, where does it add value to our end customers? You can see the metrics there. 75% warehouse footprint reduction. If you're in London and operating a warehouse, space is something that is an absolute premium in terms of there isn't available warehouse space, and if you can get some, boy is it expensive. So that is actually critical there. 50% labour savings. You know, thankfully, as a result of the budget that's just been announced, we know the cost of people is going up exponentially next year. You know, especially for smaller businesses. So the cost of labour is just going through the roof. So if we can reduce potentially some of those labour costs and redeploy people into different parts of the business, that's a fantastic saving. Many other things there that are available. Some of the challenges that we see, you know, business growth, especially we saw it through the COVID period. You try and predict what was going to happen, global pandemics, global changes, global issues, they have enormous amounts of impact on potential business growth and planning. So that is something that's really critical. Anybody that actually deals with end customers knows the cost of actually attracting a new customer as opposed to keeping existing customers. You give good service, you put the right technology and you retain your customers. So again, that's someone that's huge benefits, and you can see the other ones there. So just quickly talking about the actual system, what is it? The real beauty with our technology is it's 5 modules, and you can see them up on the screen there. What makes it unique is you can configure those modules into any shape or size you want. Whether you're running a back of store operation down on Oxford Street and you want to maximise your storage capacity, you can do that. You can put a few hundred bins in. If you've got a central DC that needs a system the size of a football pitch, we can do that. And we do both extremes with the same 5 modules. It's complete modularity and scalability. That's one of those unique things. If you look at the value propositions that we've got, I mentioned a couple of them already, it's all about making best use of space, getting the fastest possible processing speed through the technology, having the least amount of environmental impact by using products that have got huge amounts of lifespan and are completely recyclable. So we've got some really strong value propositions. Finally, I want to leave you with a couple of case studies. The first one is a brand name I think everybody will recognise. And you heard me mention a few minutes ago about back of store applications. Decathlon came to us with a challenge and said, we really like the density of your solution. We think that can be really beneficial for our clients. The challenge is, we only got 3 minutes between when a client on the shop floor in the Decathlon retail space places an order to having it available. Can you achieve that? The answer is yes, absolutely. So by the time you've looked at stock on the shop floor, you've chosen it on an app which Decathlon have actually developed, place the order and you walk over to the desk, it's waiting for you there. So you can instantly check stock. You can instantly make sure they've got the right size and the right colour, whatever it is that you want to buy, available. So that's a really big success story. What's equally nice is actually a really big success story from the UK. So anybody that's been involved in beauty products or personal products and things like that, you'll probably recognise the Hook Group, or THG as they're often known. They invested in our technology through part of their warehouse enhancement programme back in 2021. It's a big system. We're talking about £20 million plus investments here. These guys have actually created a return on investment in around about 18 months. They've further evolved that now to be able to offer leading industry delivery times. Today, because of AutoStore technology, if you go on THG's website, up to 1 o'clock in the morning, you will get effectively same-day delivery. They can't offer, nobody else in the UK can offer that right now. And the engine that enables that fulfillment is our brand AutoStore. So that's the AutoStore story in a nutshell. Hopefully, okay for time?
Yeah.
It was a challenge.
Yeah.
So, thank you everybody for listening to me. Enjoy the evening, be inspired by all the presentations. I know the rest of the speakers have got